football anywhere around the country. And we've got it for you all here this afternoon on HBCU Plus. It's Bluefield University. The Rams taking on the Florida Memorial University Lions here on HBCU Plus from Mitchell Stadium here in Bluefield, West Virginia, as we get set for one of the first college football games, if not the first college football game of the year here in 2023. They talk about week 0. This is it right here, starting before just about anyone else. And we are moments away, getting ever closer to kickoff on this Saturday. Welcome in. Here in Bluefield, West Virginia, I'm Corey Hodges alongside Sylvester Williams. Here we go. This is going to be exciting. There's nothing like starting off a season, really starting off a season, Sly, with the first look at anybody. We're going to see Bluefield University and Florida Memorial, and a lot of question marks going into this game. You know this, former player, one of the best in the business, Sly, you know as well as anyone. A lot of question marks before a season. We're going to see two very good teams today, and everyone is kind of going through that feeling out process.
Definitely a few question marks. First, you start off with the home team. The home team, they have to worry about replacing an All-American, Jaquan Ebron. Ebron is a 2-time All-American at wide receiver, school's leading receiver, leads in every type of reception category. He leads in it, but he's gone. He's no longer here. He's no longer here. So who's going to step up for Bluefield? Which Ram will step up for Bluefield next? On the other side, Florida Memorial. Now you have a coach. You have a coach who's had a full year to work with his team. You have to remember last year, Coach Rome came in June, came in 2 months before the season started and took over the program. Now he's had a whole year to bring his guys in and to get his guys ready. So now how will this young team respond to him after having a whole year? A lot of question marks. Hopefully they'll get answered.
That's right. Yeah, we're looking for answers today, as everyone kind of is right now. You're talking about August the 26th. High school football just starting, some college teams still finishing up that preseason preparation. Was it the final weekend of preseason in the NFL? So really, to have a regulation game, a game that counts this early, is something unique in a way. And again, we're going to have it all for you here. In a moment or two, we're going to look at our players to watch in this game. We'll do that in just a second. But first, though, Sly, I did want to go back and make a point as well. You mentioned the coaches. Bobby Rome II for Florida Memorial. Dewey Lusk for Bluefield University. These are two very experienced coaches, and especially so in Bobby Rome. We're going to touch on his many travels later on in the broadcast. But two coaches with plenty of stops before their current place of employment right now, and two coaches who are, again, looking for those answers. But it's always an interesting mix to see coaches with experience, coaches that are looking for an opportunity here to kind of prove to everyone what their team is about, get everyone out there and give themselves an opportunity. But experience on the sideline, to say the least, with those coaches. HBCU Plus will come back. Our pregame show rolls on. We'll have players to watch, also keys to the game after the break. HBCU Plus, driven by Nissan.
This is how it starts. With the 2023 McDonald's Change Leaders. 10 young Black visionaries who've started something legendary. They're challenging what you think you know. They're speaking up, showing up, and loving up on our communities. Because they know when you start something, you can change everything. Meet the 2023 McDonald's Change Leaders. Find out what they're up to at mcdchangeleaders.com.
As parents, we pay Outback for school. So here's a novel idea. Just spend less on your kids. Amazon has great deals on everything kids need. Instead of spending more, he spent less.
Why would a person spend more money?
He's 8 and he gets it.
I'm 10.
That's less impressive. Spending less costs less, financially.
I spend less on my grandkids.
And they don't even know it. So spend less on your kids with Amazon's back-to-school deals.
It's fiscally advantageous.
I don't even know what that means.
Car designers can shape a piece of clay into a piece of art. So why don't they? At Nissan, things are different. They design cars that look like swords. Gladiators. The future. Or, wow. Nissan knows what thrill looks like. Because they design it into every car they make.
This is Marianne's first time visiting Paris.
Où allez-vous?
Before Marianne packed her bags, before she attempted her first sentence in French, she downloaded Babbel. So when it came time to tell a cab driver to take her to the Hotel Pierre,
J'aimerais aller à l'Hôtel Pierre.
Oh, c'est très bien.
Babbel focuses on natural conversation. You can speak and pronounce with confidence. Start speaking a new language in 3 weeks at Babbel.com.
Welcome back here on HBCU Plus. We are getting ever closer. We're less than 10 minutes away from kickoff. Florida Memorial University, Bluefield University here in Bluefield, West Virginia on this Saturday. Time now for our players to watch, driven by Nissan. And Sly, who are you looking at watching today for Florida Memorial?
Well, on the Florida Memorial side, everything always starts with your quarterback. You want to look at Antoine Williams. Antoine Williams is the leading returning quarterback. He's been pushed. Now, he's been pushed during fall practice, and he was injured during spring practice. So now he's going to be a guy we want to see how he watches out. His main target is going to be Keon Brown. Keon Brown is a go-to receiver, big guy. He can beat you deep. He can run great routes. So that's the guy who you want to watch out for on Florida Memorial, and you always have to go with your running back. You know I'm a smash mouth guy. George Young, he's your guy you want to look out running the ball for Florida Memorial.
We're back after this on HBCU Plus.
Welcome back to Earth.
Thanks, it was pretty life-changing.
Dude, it was 8.5 minutes.
I didn't even get to finish my burrito.
Technology lets you vacation in space, but to get work done on Earth, you need more than technology. You need CDW.
So with the Cisco hybrid work environment, we can deliver the same network experience to all your offices. Space spaghetti. Securely connecting your team from anywhere.
Houston, we have a solution.
We get it, Greg. You've been to space.
Cisco makes hybrid work possible. CDW makes it powerful.
We never just see the numbers. We see the people.
Detroit is just changed so much. You can see what it once was. And then I think about what it can be. As an entrepreneur, it's about how I can give them the tools to empower themselves. If we can just all do something small, all the small things will start to amount to something big.
That's why we're here, to help make it happen. JP Morgan Chase.
I think adventure is going outside of your comfort zone, exploring new territory, and pushing your abilities in all aspects of life. You know, when there weren't a lot of surfers like me, I created my own wave.
To kick off, we have players to watch for Florida Memorial before the break. Sly, let's check out the home team, Bluefield University, and who we're watching today for the Rams. Again, players to watch.
First thing, everything starts out with the All-American candidate, second in the nation last year in passing, Nathan Hurstich. This guy can sling it. Young man can throw the short route. He can throw the out route. He can throw the deep route. He can throw the crossing route. Wherever you want the ball, he can put it to you. Great guy to watch out for. Next guy is Contarius Gilmore. Gilmore is the leading returning rusher. And talking to Coach Luss says he wants to be able to run the ball this year. He has to get somewhat of a balance on his team. And then you have your big offensive lineman. You're going to need somebody to clear the space for you if he's going to run. So those are some of those offensive juggernauts that you have to watch out for Bluefield.
Yeah, you mentioned those two players, Nathan Hurstich, 11 games last season, and came up with just under 3,200 yards, 33 touchdowns, an average of just a little under 290 yards per game as Bluefield went 8-3, 4-2 here in historic Mitchell Stadium, voted pretty recently #1 college football stadium in the nation. Through Max Preps.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Love it, love it. Let's take a look at some of those keys.
That's right, exactly. Keys to the game, and they are driven by Nissan.
First key to the game is first game jitters, man. This is it. This is the first time all year you're hitting somebody in a different uniform. You know, these are some guys you don't know. So here's the thing. They always say cream rises to the top. You're going to find out if all that fall practice, all that spring, those summer workouts, that spring game, now you get to go ahead and release it on someone new. Key to the game is who doesn't make those first game mistakes, those first game jitters. Next key to the game is the weatherman. Hey, the weatherman has the easiest job in America. I looked at the forecast, and he said it's a 50% chance of rain. Isn't it a 50% chance of rain every day? It's either going to rain or it's not going to rain. Easiest job in America. Now, it's a bit overcast, little cloudy, maybe some rain can slip in. Now you have those first game jitters with a wet ball. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen? Next game, hey, buckle up. This game could be a long one. You got two teams who like to throw the ball, the passing game. Who dominates the passing game is going to be the big question for the night. Hurstich is going to throw it around, but he's going to be chased around by a guy named Christian Mabel. Christian Mabel is an undersized defensive end for Florida Memorial, and he actually had 11 sacks last year, 11 and a half sacks. So he causes problems. That's going to be a great matchup. Mabel chasing Hurstich. Hey, man, you can tell I am ready. This is football. This is my time of the year right here, baby. I am ready.
This is when you shine, right? Well, you shine all year.
I shine, especially doing football.
Especially once we're about past Labor Day into the fall, and we get some pre-Labor Day football going on here in West Virginia. And the Rams now take the field. You just see them breaking the tarp there, heading out, and making their way onto the field. And this is one of those games as well, Sly, that had a little bit of uncertainty in it to figure out which two teams would actually be playing. Wasn't it Bluefield and maybe a different opponent, and turns out to be Florida Memorial? So talk about pretty truncated in terms of your preparation.
Well, what happened, LaGrange was originally on the schedule for Florida Memorial.
Yeah.
Florida Memorial was supposed to drive up to LaGrange, Florida. LaGrange, Georgia, quite a different road trip for the Florida Memorial team. You know, that's about half the distance. Half the distance is what they were expecting. But something happened with LaGrange, and LaGrange had to pull out.
Yeah.
Now, they pulled out 3 weeks ago. So now you have Coach Rome and the whole entire Florida Memorial staff. They were looking for a replacement. The guys in Bluefield say, hey, we'll play you anytime, anywhere. Just let us know. And they had an opening for week 0, and here we are. Here we are, the Rams versus the Lions, man. You got to love football.
You have to, for all these little stories then, that kind of come about before we even actually start the game today. Something else as well, first ever meeting between these two teams. So that kind of adds to that uncertainty, those question marks we were talking about earlier. If you look through the very brief football history, only a couple years for Florida Memorial. Once the program got refired, they've never played Bluefield. So there you go. Add another wrinkle to the ironing board that we need to bring up.
I tell you, and here's the great thing. They're going to play a home and home. So 2 years from now, Bluefield, they're going to take that long bus trip down to Miami.
Sure.
So, hey, I'm pretty sure the kids from kids from Virginia, they won't mind going down to Miami. And just like there are a couple of kids from Florida who are from Virginia, and Coach Rome is actually a native of Virginia, so it's a homecoming for Coach Rome. So, hey, works out for everybody.
Yeah, he's a 757 guy. That's right.
There you go.
Right there in the Hampton Roads area, Tidewater region of Virginia. And here we are, a minute before 1 o'clock, right on time, right on schedule. It will be Florida Memorial to receive the football first. And we get things set, ready to go here on Hall of Fame Day as well at Mitchell Stadium here in Bluefield, West Virginia. You know, you've got Virginia, you've got West Virginia. I took a turn to come to Mitchell Stadium and went from West Virginia to Virginia in about 30 seconds.
Just like that.
I'm a world traveler.
Just like that. You're a multi-state star.
Multi-state star. That's right. I'll take it.
It's nothing to you.
No, it's an old hat, as they say. Riley Stubbs ready to kick off for Bluefield, the 5'11 junior. So here's Stubbs to kick off and away from Bluefield, West Virginia on this Saturday on HBCU Plus, and that's into the end zone for a touchback.
I tell you, that's a weapon to have. That's a weapon to have. Young man kicked it out the back of the end zone. I tell you, you love to have a kicker like that on your team.
So here comes Florida Memorial.
Now the interesting thing is who's going to come out at quarterback.
That's right. Big question. If you look at the quarterback situation, Quan
Florida
Smith.
Memorial began.
And also looking at David Buggs is out there in the quarterback spot. Antoine Williams is there.
And I think they're going to give it to Williams.
Yes.
the returning starter. He earned the starting position this time.
He's got it, and here comes Williams, the freshman from Delray Beach, Florida. 1st and 10 from the 25. Florida Memorial and the Lions. Williams drops, looks, goes way deep, finds a target, and he hits Keon Brown for a big gainer.
And just like that, first play of the game, a little bit of play action and go straight over the top. We told you Keon Brown is one of the guys you have to look out for. And just like that, he starts off the season with a nice bomb down the field.
All the way down to the 32-yard line. Now a running play for the Lions as the running back George Young takes it for Florida Memorial and gets this to the 27-yard line, a gain of 5.
I love the tempo Florida Memorial is running right now. Fast-paced offense.
Give it again to Young, who takes this to the 20. Gain of 7 that time, a first down.
You know, these young men, they've been on a bus all day yesterday. They're ready to get these legs active.
First and 10 from the 21-yard line.
Now, this may be a little no, actually third down. Maybe a little gamemanship. Now I'm glad they paused this for a second. Right now, Florida Memorial, they're running a fast-paced, high-tempo offense. They're moving, trying to get things moving and grooving. But now they had a hold-up because the yard marker wasn't placed correctly. They thought they had a first down, and the yardstick operators, they moved down the field, but then the referee said no, it wasn't a first down, so they slid back. Now that slows up the Florida Memorial offense. It gives Bluefield a little bit of time to regroup. You know, you've been hit in the face 2 times real quick.
Yeah.
So now this defense can kind of regroup and say, all right, hey, let's get ready. Let's get ready. I like that. If you're on the Bluefield side, now you get a time to think about it a little bit.
We've already mentioned George Young's name a couple times for Florida Memorial. You look back to last year, 138 rushing attempts, 677 yards, 6 touchdowns. Of course, Antoine Williams getting the start today at quarterback. Williams last season playing in 9 games, 10 picks, 12 touchdowns though. 3rd and 2 and the interminable wait here. Sly for the 2-yard play coming up for Florida Memorial.
Well, I think I know what happened. The officials know that the game is televised, so they want to get a little bit of TV time. You know,
wave.
Yeah, you know, wave. Let their wives know they're here at the game. They're actually working.
They're not at the golf course.
They're not at the golf course. There you go.
3rd and 2 and cue Ken Jennings.
Yeah, and remember, this is the first game of the year. So it's the first game for the players.
Right.
It's also the first game for the chain crew.
Yeah.
It's everybody's first game. So we're going to have a few mistakes out here.
Yeah, I was almost going to place a bet that would be your next comment, and you're always right because everyone sometimes forgets. It's not just first game for the players. It's officiating staff and everything. It's one thing to run those sticks in the scrimmage, another thing to do it in the game. Things are just sped up. Everyone, again, this really is first college football of the season. We're not kidding about that.
You know, the thing is, you know, everybody has a little bit of jitters, a little bit of mistakes coming in. You know, it's hard being perfect like us. We come in right.
You set a high standard.
The issue is the chain was not set, and we lost the track.